PlayStation versus Xbox, but in a way
PlayStation 5 versus Xbox.
we haven't actually discussed it before. It's not a secret that I really enjoy PlayStation.
Yeah,
but
we know
mostly
that.
because of the exclusives. In a bit more of a negative light because it does feel like Sony has stopped trying. They're not.
Oh, Sony was so successful that they just stopped trying. They need motivation from Xbox to actually do something so Sony can bring us games. What is you talking about, bro? Microsoft has way more games coming out on their roadmap than what you got going on with the PlayStation 5. Bro, this is cap at its finest, bro. Just admit that the PlayStation 5 has no games, bro. Now they out here talking about the PS5 is bad because, Microsoft is not helping influencing Sony to do anything because they're comfortable with having the lead. Like, come on, man.
Pushing to try and take over the industry. They're not really trying to make the biggest, coolest games. It kind of seems like they've given up. But what I mean is that they're just so big. The PS5 is so successful. They don't even care about first-party stuff. And it just seems like something has gone wrong.
Of course, it's called Sony not being able to fund these AAA games. It also stems from the fact that a lot of gamers don't actually buy these exclusive games like you guys claim. It is what it is, man. It's about time you people accept reality and understand that at least 99% of the gaming community is casual. You are in the minority, bro. Those days of you looking through the magazines of the Sega Genesis and the Dreamcast are over. And even back then, people still didn't buy games because you know why? They were still renting them. The same thing that you're doing essentially through Game Pass Ultimate. The same thing that you guys hate so much.
The biggest thing I've seen put out there is that the failure of Xbox, the fact that Microsoft's gaming is pretty much releasing no actual games.
Are you serious, bro? Weren't you just hyped up for Doom Dark Ages? What is you talking about, bro? Weren't you talking about, I'm going to play Indiana Jones on my precious PlayStation 5? That's 2 games already. South of Midnight, Perfect Dark, Marvel's Blade, and the list goes on, baby. Gears E-Day. Are you serious, bro? Are you going to sit there and say that with a straight face? Come on, bro. You is capping, bro. Like, you ponies just don't want to admit that Sony is going under, bro. I told you, they're going in the same direction as the Sega Dreamcast because they just don't have the money to be able to fund AAA gaming development. It's gotten so expensive. That's why Sony started making their games multiplat. Now, Microsoft didn't have to essentially do that, but they seen it as an opportunity to make more money. While Sony's grasping at the fact, like, we got to promote these games on multiple devices because if we don't, we're going to have another Concord situation. A lot of these games that got ported to PlayStation were successful on their own respected platforms. See, that's what you people don't understand. But hey, man, it is what it is, bro. You ponies want to sit there and act like, oh, everything's peachy and fine. Obviously it's because of the Xbox being, dead is the reason as to why Sony's doing bad. Bro, cut it out, bro. Come on, man. Ain't no one want to hear this.
Failure of Game Pass. I mean, at this point, there is very little pressure for PlayStation to even care in the AAA space because they're going to get all the games and sell the most copies for literally
really? Concord flop. Like, you know what? I'm tired of going through this list, bro. You guys know that a lot of these PlayStation 5 games ain't selling. Because if they were selling, you wouldn't be out here making this video talking about how Microsoft, they got to get it together so they can help motivate. So what are you talking about, bro? Like, what kind of logic is this?
Upfront cost. But let's take a look at some facts and numbers. And I kind of just want to explore this idea for the likes and subscriptions and stuff because it's sometimes wild to think about how this actually worked out. But
yeah, it's crazy, man. Dreamcast guy, he couldn't even afford to eat, guys, man. You know, he was 2 videos away from being homeless, man. And he wants to thank his community because he was relying on those Factor 5 meals. You could tell, man, the dude was anorexic, bro. He had no meat on his body. But since you guys watch his videos and we all enjoy laughing at him, now he could finally eat like a man. You know, the time that his father went in the refrigerator, opened up a hungry man, and he's like, hey, Dad, I want one. You ain't a man yet. Go get one of them Lunchables. Matter of fact, lunch makers, you know, the imitation ones, because your dad couldn't even afford to give you the real Lunchables. You know what I'm saying? You weren't even eating the ones with the ham and cheese, bro. You was eating it with turkey.
Here we go. So
they gave this man a whole little miniature crunch ball in the smallest can Capri Sun you could find.
Saw this going around a lot this weekend, which is that a lot of people that actually work at Xbox are feeling very demoralized. They've done multiple rounds now of mass layoffs. They've actually had to fire, at this point total in just 2024, Microsoft has laid off almost 3,000 different employees.
Now, how does that impact me in playing the games that I have on my Xbox? I personally don't care. We're gonna sit there and act like this doesn't go on in any business. You know, let's make a GoFundMe for all the people that lost their job at Burger King and McDonald's. You know, this happens every single day of the week. Does that mean McDonald's is going under because they fired one of the greatest employees that they had? No. Like, I mean, you guys are acting like they're employees of SpongeBob and how, you know, Mr. Krabs is dependent on SpongeBob to make Krabby Patties. Like, bro, where do you guys get this logic from?
For in Microsoft gaming. In fact, they've completely shut down multiple studios, and a lot of people
really?
that are still at Xbox are going,
oh, really? We're going to sit there and say that after what happened with Concord, but okay.
Okay, what's the point if we're not putting out big games, if all this...
Guys, Xbox is not putting out good games. Bro, the majority of the games that you ponies are playing are Xbox games. Weren't you guys bragging about this a few months ago, talking about how we're stealing your Xbox games? High Five Rush, Sea of Thieves. This is all you ponies got, man. Pentiment, Grounded, right? Remember these 4 games that y'all were talking about? Oh, yeah, we're stealing these games from Microsoft, you know, on a case-by-case basis, to now saying that Microsoft has no games? Really? No games, bro. Come on, bro. I mean, at this point, we don't even know if we got a Last of Us 3, Days Gone 2. I mean, what is the roadmap for Sony? The only game that I can see coming out for that platform is the new Wolverine. Seriously, and then Death Stranding 2. Come on, man. Let's be honest with you, man. Like, let's be honest here. Like, you guys know that PlayStation 5 has no games, bro.
Art, all this dedication, all this passion, even if we do manage to get our game out at this point, it's going to sell 6.5 copies. It's going to get paid on Game Pass for like 30 seconds, and then the studio's going to get shut down.
Really? I mean, we got PlayStation fanboys talking about shutdown. Didn't you, like, bro, like I told you guys, they were holding on to this, man. They're so upset that Concord failed that they always got to... I knew he was going to go back to this, man, but it's fine, bro, because I was obviously going to cover it. Bro, what are you talking about, bro? What about the shutdowns of The Last of Us multiplayer, you know, Concord as of recently? You want to talk, what about Foam Stars, bro? You want to talk about shutdowns, bro? Come on, man.
Even the silence of it. Microsoft does not know how to talk about the Xbox. With this latest round of big layoffs, they're actually telling people, don't tweet, don't talk, keep all social media going dark. And the puzzle game, it looks extremely cute. It looks extremely fun. This is definitely going to be a huge success.
I don't like the art style for these type of games. I hate when Nintendo uses what's it called? This chibi art style. I can't stand it, bro. Matter of fact, it made one of the, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Bro, I got that game. It made it practically unplayable to me, man. I'm like, nah, I can't play this game looking like this.
And a lot of people are kind of going, okay, this thing is probably going to sell millions and millions of copies. When's the last time an Xbox game sold millions and millions of copies?
Oh, really? We're going to go there? Are we really going to go there, guys? Helldivers 2 was successful because of PC. Foam Stars, Forspoken, Final Fantasy 16. These are all games that failed on your platform. Concord as of recently. Come on, bro. Astrobot's even selling terrible in the UK. Come on, bro. Like, this is the type of stuff that we talking about, bro. It's the fact that you guys don't want to keep things consistent. You want to talk about the fact that, Xbox gamers don't buy their games. There's no reason for them to buy their games if they can play their games through the Game Pass Ultimate. Why pay for something if you're already paying for the subscription service?
the last time Sony even managed to care about selling millions and millions of copies? I keep seeing stuff like this as well, so...
Oh, that's funny about this tweet. Just realized none of these are on Xbox. Black Myth is coming on Xbox. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is on Xbox. So these are 2 games that are already coming to Xbox. And he says, just realized none of these are on Xbox. When the two games at the bottom are definitely coming. Man, you know what, man? Just admit it, bro. You guys have nothing but timed exclusivity.
This was something that popped up last night right before I went to bed, and it was the fact that this is the best game of the year discussion. Obviously, held up.
If this is what we consider the best game of the year discussion, then gaming is in a bad position.
There's 2, which the player numbers are lower on that, but still the memories of that game truly top notch.
Wow, you hear this, guys? It's already in memory lane, bro. This man's acting as if this game's been going on for 15 years, bro. The game barely even lasted 1 year, bro. Like, how do you have memories for a game that only lasted 1 year, bro? Like, I could understand, like, I could tell you about the memories of Halo 2. Why can you say that, Gamester, in comparison to what Dreamcast guys saying? Because at least with Halo 2, that's been going on for over 15, 18, 19 years. Okay, there's a huge difference. That's what you consider a memory. But if you're talking about a game that just came out this year and lost 90% of its population as a memory, come on, bro. What memories do you people really have?
Astrobot just came out. I got the Platinum Trophy. Love that freaking game. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Black Myth Wukong. Now, these are all, in my opinion, 10 out of 10 games, or 9 out of...
Of course, because it's Sony.
10 games even at the very, very worst. But think about it. This is made by PlayStation, but one of their B teams, Team Asobi. So even this is not the typical AAA release, although obviously everybody loves Astrobot. This is second party, this is third party, this is third party, and yet none of these are on Xbox. Now, the reason I see this as a detriment is that I think Sony continues to learn the wrong lessons from this, which is that they have gotten so far ahead, they're getting lazy. I don't think that...
Bro, this is some of the biggest coping that I've ever heard in my life, guys. Oh, you know, Sony's doing so well that they just stopped dropping games. What? The PS2, it just kept getting better and better and better and better. Like, are you hearing this, dude? Like, I've never in my life thought a PlayStation fanboy would go this far to say that Sony's only doing bad because they don't see, you know, because Microsoft is no competition. Are you, bro, what? Man, you know what, bro? I'm speechless.
This is even a point of discussion at this point. Like, it is so obvious that PlayStation does not understand how to prioritize fun or exclusives or even trying. I went to the PS5.
You see, whoa. It's like he did 2 separate videos, guys. Did you see that cut? Bro, like he was going on a tangent, but then he completely changed his whole narrative. Bro, I bet he's going to talk about something else. Because the way he cut that, have you noticed that I've never seen Dreamcast cut a video like that.
I read it this morning and I was glancing at it and I thought it was interesting that people are just begging for games. People are saying, we desperately need our own Uncharted. What happened to Little Devil Inside that was shown?
See, it seems like all these complaints are coming from Sony. So what does Microsoft have anything to do with this?
In a PlayStation showcase, it's interesting to me that a lot of these people are just straight up talking about the fact that even if you do love PlayStation, it's weird that PlayStation doesn't seem to love PlayStation gamers. I mean...
oh, wow. So he's going to go as far to say that because they don't care, bro. They're in the business to make money. You really think these companies actually care about you?
Some stuff is great. Some stuff is innovative. I feel like part of the weirdness of this discussion is that we're having this after the failure of Concord, after the incredibly disliked...
Yeah, y'all been taking L's for the past month, and y'all want to find some way to feel like you got a victory by capping for the Pro and by capping and saying that the Xbox is dead, even though they got more games coming out on their platform than what you ponies are talking about.
Trailer for the PlayStation 5 Pro. I almost feel like talking about this amidst the positivity of Astrobot, it just shows the fact that right now, Sony is trying to rake in the cash. Sony realizes that they're going to get big money without Xbox, or even if Xbox does keep selling stuff, they're going to sell it.
But I thought you just said Xbox don't sell anything. What?
PlayStation 5. Huh? Now that Xbox has no issues with their games on PS5, how about you're going to find extra energy, extra oomph. That protein bar you ate is going to suddenly give you that just...
Is that Dreamcast guy running, bro? Like, bro, don't tell me that's how he... Bro, what is this?
and be objective. Even if you love PlayStation, I think we can all take a step back and say it does kind of suck that Sony is being so unfocused, so unmotivated, you know?
Yeah, because there's no reason for Sony to be motivated because they can't afford to bring out the AAA games that you people want. And they also, Sony has lost trust of their console fan base because you people have let them down. Regardless if you thought their games was bad, they still expected you to buy them. And since that you people didn't, like games like Concord, Sony's just losing more and more trust with their consumer base, which essentially means that you're gonna start seeing more games on multiple platforms as well as PC.
Like, when you fight hardest is when you're actually caring about winning. If you're running a race and
this dude is actually he's actually running, bro. Like, don't tell me. Look at this
guy next to you is running incredibly freaking fast. You're gonna find extra energy, extra oomph. That protein bar you ate is gonna suddenly give you that just.
That is the slowest sprint that I've ever seen in my life, bro. I thought you was athletic, bro. What is this? And that's not how you're supposed to be running, bro. You're supposed to run with your arms right above your chest, man. What's this? What's this running? Bro, you don't even run like a man. He's like running like he's, Paris, leave me alone. That's how you're going to run around. That's how you run. And it's so funny because there's like a chicken in the background with them chicken legs. Bro, is that how you're going to run when Paris, when he goes see you? That's how Dreamcast guy is going to be running. He's coming after me. Help. Like a damsel in distress.
Tiny bit of extra pressure to push yourself as hard as you already could.
Oh,
but now you have that mental fortitude to actually care about trying. Look at these numbers.
Oh, man.
2.4 billion play hours.
And you know that came from multiplayer and third party and free to plays because Sony don't have that type of gameplay hours in their games.
On the PlayStation 5. And they're not releasing any games. Right?
Yeah, so what do you think they're playing? Free to plays, third party games. There it is. They're not playing exclusives.
Like as a PlayStation fan, how can that not kind of melt your brain? The fact
what do you mean melt your brain? It's pretty easy to understand that your own platform is being taken over by third party Xbox games and free to plays. It's quite easy to understand that nobody cares about the games that you guys are looking forward to, and they're looking forward to playing that new Black Ops 6. This is a very easy concept to understand. So for you ponies to think that, oh, well, they're not focused. Bro, they don't even focus on me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all sitting there talking about, oh, I want these games from Sony. They're not even bringing these games out for me. You guys are past your prime. Take the gloves and put them up and retire. Seriously.
That they got 2.4 billion play hours from pretty much just third-party stuff.
Yeah, and none of that is exclusives.
I miss when Sony was sort of desperate. I feel like a lot of people are getting nostalgic about the early era of the Nintendo.
Well, you know what? Then you're speaking from a spectrum of old school gaming where things used to be a little bit more competitive, and Microsoft wanted to give it to the man, Nintendo wanted to give it to the man, and Sony. But that's not how these companies operate business. Matter of fact, they're all loving this situation right now because they all can comfortably make money, Microsoft, Nintendo, as well as Sony, without having to fight with each other, without having to take each other out. Because we have a bigger problem in the gaming community, man, and that's Tencent and all these other companies that are going to try to monopolize everything that you people love to play. Okay? So Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo are reunited to make sure that they're gatekeeping the gaming industry for all these other people that want to come in and ruin it for you.
Switch and stuff like that, and I got a point to this, which is the fact that for a long time, when the Wii U was failing and the Nintendo Switch was about to come out, a lot of people were afraid about how much they could figure this out, about how underpowered, how behind Nintendo was. And so
Nintendo is still that far behind.
That they managed to make the Nintendo Switch.
What do you think the Switch's hardware is based off? It's based off the Wii U's hardware. You want to sit there and talk about how the Wii U was underpowered and compared, but what do you think the Switch is then? What do you think the Switch is in comparison to the Series X and the PS5? That system is actually, the Switch is actually more underpowered in comparison to what we got now with the PS5 and Series X than what the Wii U was with the Xbox One and PS4. Got him with that one.
such a huge success by pure passion, by really good developers, by listening to their own intuition about making good games, that caused the Nintendo Switch to blow up. Whereas when it comes to PlayStation,
No. What caused the Switch to blow up is the fact that people have to understand the Switch is a successor to the 3DS. It's not a successor to the Wii U. That's why the specs are the same. Nintendo has already left home consoles. They left even before Microsoft. What do people don't understand? The reason as to why the Switch is successful, because they took their portable gaming market, which was always dominant for Nintendo, and merged it with home console, which essentially created a hybrid. But the home console gamer, which I was as a Nintendo fan, we got shafted. We will never see the days of Nintendo trying to push for power with the game. We will never go back to those days because we don't exist to Nintendo, right? And if you think about it, anybody that went from gaming on a 3DS and seeing the Nintendo Switch in comparison, that was an immediate upgrade because compared to the Wii U, the power difference is very negligible. But compared to the 3DS, that's night and day.
at this point, it just seems like Sony does not have that desperation.
So I think we'll never see Nintendo go back to the home console route. We will always see Nintendo do what they're doing with the Switch. But Nintendo, well, they're not the first to leave home consoles. But in regards to the big three, they were the first to leave home consoles, guys, with the Wii U.
That raw hunger that they did during the PlayStation 3 or even early PlayStation 4. And I think it is a big disappointment. It's weird that we have...
Well, it's only going to get worse.
So many games to play, so much stuff to enjoy, so much stuff to be excited about, but at the same time, so little on our plates.
What's that?
I want to be clear. I'm getting a lot of compliments and subscribers and watch time for bagging on Sony. I've seen even
this man's literally praying. Look at this. He's a Dreamcast guy's got an animated version of him praying to the PS5 Pro. This man's a fanboy.
Making animations about how heartbroken I was by the reveal of the
PlayStation
PlayStation 5
praying
Pro
to the
and
Pro.
Like the reason I'm speaking out against Sony is because I want them to do better.
We should have did that a long time ago. It was a little too late for now. It was a little bit too late for that now, buddy.
I love PlayStation exclusives for the most part.
And how many of them are actually exclusive? Because a lot of them are dropping on PC.
So there's been a lot of bad ones as well. I've obviously talked a lot about the failure of Concord, but my point is the fact that I almost miss the old PlayStation. I miss
the way things were too back in the days, but guess what? It's never coming back. So it's either you adapt or move on.
When they cared about games as much as we care about games. Current Sony doesn't care, and I do wish they did.
Well, that's just gaming in general. I try to tell you, he admitted defeat. I told you guys, man. You know, we finally made it to that moment where he just said that Sony don't care about you guys and they don't care about the gamers. We told you this. You know what I'm saying? I say Microsoft cares more about their consumers than Sony does. At least they allow their games to flourish on other platforms. At least we still see sequels to a lot of our iconic franchises like Perfect Dark and, you know, Gears of War and stuff like that. Our franchises still exist while yours don't. They're non-existent.
But these have just been some off-the-cuff thoughts.
You know what I'm saying?
Short, sweet of it. Xbox completely collapsing on itself, them tripping over their shoelaces at the beginning of the race has definitely caused PlayStation to slow down. And
bruh, did y'all say that during the Xbox One when the PS4 was single-handedly destroying the Xbox One 4-1? Was y'all saying that then? Or were Sony still dropping out games? Bro, you guys are saying that the Xbox is so much of a failure that is causing a failure and a catastrophe with Sony? Are you serious, bro? That is some of the biggest cap that I've ever heard in my life, man. That's like Wii U owners complaining, oh, you know, the Wii U would have did better if it wasn't for that godforsaken PS4. Bro, cut the cap, bro. Sony don't care about you, bro. Just admit it.
I don't think they have any motivation to ever speed up again.
Nope. See? So now he's admitted that gaming will never be the way it was. Yep. There you go, guys. GameStop with another W.
Hopefully, I'm extremely wrong, but
well, no. Hopefully, no. You're not wrong at all. That's the future of gaming. That's why I stopped caring. You know, as an old head, this is why I told you. Y'all remember I said get your retro games, man. All this dude did with this video is raise up the prices of retro games. That's all he did. That's all you did. Because now they're gonna look, what? That's how these people feel about these games. Hey Jimmy, raise up them 360 games.
What do you guys think? Tell me your thoughts in the comments.
Y'all gonna have to go back to emulating. Y'all making home console a pretty tough affair to still want to play on. You know, but hopefully you guys enjoy this video, man. Like I said, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And also, I should have said this at the beginning of the video. Thank you. I was on Fertanga's video, and somebody they gifted me a membership for his channel. Like I said, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I'm a member on Fertanga's channel. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video, man. Like I said, take care. Peace out.